Good evening, Facebook family and friends, neighbors. Jose here. Um, as everyone probably already knows, I have been reading the book, The Miracle Morning. Um, Part of the online business that we work with suggests that we read a book every 3 months. Last year, it was a book every month. So last year I had the opportunity to read, don't get me wrong, every book was fantastic, but I picked two books to read this year because those are the ones that impacted me the most. And the first one is The Miracle Morning by Hal Elroyd. And I've been started to read this a little while back, and now we are on chapter 2, and we're reading about lack of accountability. So here we go. If you are interested in hearing the um, the reading from the start, please feel free to download it. Or actually, I really highly recommend that if you want to make big changes in your life this year, to go out and get this book. It is, or you can download it on from Amazon or from his website or Audible, and it will change your life as it's changing mine. So tonight we'll start. We're going to finish this chapter, and then we'll start the next chapter tomorrow. All right, here we go. So the lack of accountability. The link between success and accountability is irrefutable. Virtually virtually all highly successful people, from CEOs to professional athletes to the President of the United States, embrace a high degree of accountability. It gives them the leverage they need to take action and create results, even when they don't feel like it. Without it, we would have a lot more pro athletes skipping practices and CEOs spending more time playing word words word search or words with friends on the iPhone. I'm sure some are already doing that, and I'm guilty of it occasionally, but we'd have a lot more. Is the act of being responsible for someone else for something, some action or result. Very little happens in this world or in your life without some form of accountability. Virtually every positive results you and I produced from birth to age 18 was thanks to the accountability provided by for us by adults in our lives, parents, teachers, bosses, etc. Vegetables got eaten, homework were completed, teeth were being brushed and bathed. You were being bathed, got to bed at a reasonable time. If it weren't for the accountability provided by us, for us, by our parents and teachers, we would have been uneducated, malnourished, sleep deprived, and dirty little kids. Nice way to reframe it all. Accountability has brought order to our lives and allowed us to progress, improve, and achieve results we wouldn't have otherwise. Here's the problem with accountability. Accountability was never something you and I asked for, but rather something that we endured as children, teens, and young adults, as it was forced upon us by adults. Most of us unconsciously grew to resist and resent accountability altogether. Then, when we turned 18, we embraced every ounce of freedom we could get our hands on, continuing to avoid accountability like it was the plague, perpetuating the downward spiral into mediocrity, developing detrimental mindsets and habits such as laziness, deflecting responsibility, and taking shortcuts. Hardly a recipe for success. Now that we are all grown up and striving to achieve worthy levels of success and fulfillment, we must take responsibility for initiating our own systems for accountability, or move back in with our parents. Your accountability system could be a professional coach, a mentor, even a a good friend, or a family member. The reality is that statistically, 95% of the people that read any book don't complete what they learn uh, sorry, don't implement what they learn because no one is holding them accountable to do so. There is a way to change that. Highly recommended. Get an accountability partner. Have you ever had a day where you intended to exercise or go to the gym but didn't go because you didn't feel like it? Sure, we all have. What about when you know someone is counting on you to meet them at the gym or on the running trail? Aren't you much more likely to follow through when you have someone else holding you accountable? I strongly recommend teaming up with an accountability partner while you read this book. This can be a friend, a coworker, or family member that you simply share the Miracle Morning with by sending them to www.miraclemorning.com so they can get the Miracle Morning Crash Course. 2 free chapters of this book, as well as the Miracle Morning video and audio programs, all for free. That way, you have someone who is also committed to taking his or her life in the next to the next level, and the two of you can support, encourage, and hold each other accountable. You can even post an invitation on your Facebook wall or to the highly supportive members of the Miracle Morning community at www.miraclemorning.com/resources. You might post something like, I'm looking for someone who wants to improve their life to be my accountability partner for the Miracle Morning 30-Day Life Transformation Challenge. Check out www.miraclemorning.com and let me know if you're interested. Keep in mind that anyone who responds to this is the type of person you want to have in your circle of influence. I'd urge you to make a commitment now to call, text, or email a friend today, inviting them to join you on your Miracle Morning journey. Read the book with you and be your accountability partner for the Miracle Morning 30-Day Life Transformation Challenge. Imagine this changing your life in 30 days. Isn't that fantastic? Um, all right, let's see now. I lost my spot. Um, oh yeah, chapter 10, or visit the morning community at www.miraclemorning.com/resources to connect with fellow miracle makers and find your ideal accountability partner. Mediocre circle of influence. Research has shown that we become like the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Who you spend your time with may be the single most determining factor in the person you become and in your quality of life. If you are surrounded with lazy, weak-minded, excuse-making people, you inevitably become like them. Spend time with positive, successful achievers, and inevitably their attitudes and successful habits will reflect on you. You'll become more and more like them. This is true in every area: success, health, happiness, weight, income. If all of your friends are generally happy and optimistic people, then you are going to naturally become more happy and optimistic just by being around them. If all of your friends are successful and earn over $100,000 a year, even if you enter their circle earning far less, you will automatically be pulled up to by their level of thinking and influenced by the habits they've established to be successful. On the contrary, if most of the people you associate with are constantly complaining and focused on the negative side of life, the odds are you will be too. If your friends are not striving to improve their lives, or if they're struggling financially, then going to they're not going to challenge and or inspire you to do any better. Unfortunately, there will be a lot of people who are trying to get ahead in life, but keep getting pulled down by the people around them. This can be especially difficult when those people are your family. You must be strong and make sure you spend less time with people who don't encourage and challenge you to become the best that you can be. Seek out people who believe in you, admire you, and can help you get where you want to be in life. You must actively seek out such people to improve your circle of influence. They rarely just show up by chance. Here are some ways that you can do that. You can join an online community such as meetup.com, where you can connect with like minded people in your area who have similar interests. You can join an exciting meetup group or start your own. If you are a business owner or a professional who markets any products or service, you can join a business networking or referral marketing group, the largest of which is BNI, www.bni.com. I was a member of BNI for many years. It helped me grow my business, and I always recommended it to others. If you are a student, high school, junior, high, or elementary school student, I highly recommend that you look into joining Boys and Girls Club of America by finding one of their 4,000 local clubs and at www.bgca.org. It is one of the best organizations for young people to set themselves on the road to success. Their mission is to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens, and former club members include Denzel Washington, Adam Sandler, Jennifer Lopez, and Shaquille O'Neal. Those aren't bad footsteps to follow if you want to be successful. As I've mentioned, we have an exceptionally positive, supportive, and highly interactive community you can join at www.miraclemorning.com/resources. There, you can connect and network with all types of like minded individuals, all of whom are striving to take themselves and their lives to the next level while supporting others to do the same. It is often said that misery loves company, but so does mediocrity. Don't let the fears, insecurities, and limiting beliefs of others limit what's possible for you. One of the most important commitments you will ever make is to proactively and continuously improve your circle of influence. Always seek people who will add value to your life and bring out the best in you. And of course, be that person for others. This is another reason that it's so valuable for you to commit to inviting a friend, a coworker, or a family member to be your accountability partner and do the miracle morning with you. You'll be adding a value to that person's life by helping them increase their level of personal development, which in turn will make them a partner, a better influence on you. I'm sorry, I still lack of sleep from last night. Here we go. Lack of personal development. Jim Rohn, one of my favorite speaker, has been one of my greatest mentors, just like me, and has taught me many life-changing philosophies. In my opinion, none was greater than the idea that our levels of success will rarely exceed our level of personal development because success is something we attract by who we become. In other words, your level of success in every area of your life will rarely exceed and will usually parallel your level of personal development. Example, your knowledge, skills, beliefs, habits, etc. We touched on this earlier, but let's check it again. If you and I are measuring our levels of success in any area of our lives, health, finances, relationships, etc., on a scale of 1 to 10, we both want a level 10 success. Agreed? Okay, good. Now, the problem is that most of us aren't investing time each day into developing ourselves into the level 10 people that we need to be that are capable of attracting creative living and sustaining the levels of success that we say we want. As a result, we struggle to maintain the level of health, happiness, energy, love, personal and professional success that we truly desire. During the Miracle Morning 30-Day Life Transformation Challenge, see chapter 10, you'll be given access to the Miracle Morning 30-Day Life Transformation Challenge Fast Start Kit, where you'll be guided through the enlightened, sometimes painful, but surprisingly enjoyable process of assessing your level of success in each area. Then, after you've gained the heightened level of clarity and self awareness, you'll be able to clarify your level 10 vision for each area of your life and then establish your next level goals for each area so that you are immediately begin making significant progress towards your level 10 vision. The most extraordinary life you can imagine is available to you, no matter what happens happened in your past, just waiting for you to develop yourself into the person you need to be able to easily attract, create, and live the life you want. The miracle morning will enable you to become that level 10 person you need to be to easily and consistently attract, create, and sustain level 10 success that you want in every area of your life. Always remember that when we fail to make time for personal development, we are forced to make time for pain and struggle. The miracle morning will give you that time for extraordinary personal development. Last page. Lack of urgency. Arguably, the single most significant cause of mediocrity and unfulfilled potential, which prevents 95% of our society from creating and living the life they truly want, is that most people have no sense of urgency to improve themselves so they can improve their lives. Human nature is to live with a mindset and think life will work itself out. How's that working for you, for everybody? This mindset, someday mindset, is perpetual and it leads to a life of procrastination, unfulfilled potential, and regret. You wake up one day and wonder, what the heck happened? How did your life end up like this? How did you end up like this? One of the saddest things in life is to live with regret, knowing that you could have, be, and do so much more. Remember this truth. Now matters more than any other time in your life because it's what you are doing today that is determining who you're becoming, and who you're becoming will always determine the quality and direction of your life. If you don't make the commitment today to start becoming the person you need to be to create the extraordinary life you really want, what makes you think tomorrow or next week or next month or next year are going to be any different? They won't. And that's why you must draw your line in the sand. Step two, step three, sorry. Draw your line in the sand. You've acknowledged and embraced the reality that 95% of society is struggling. And if we don't commit to thinking and living differently than most people, we will end up struggling like most people. You've identified the cause of mediocrity you absolutely need to remain aware of and avoid. The third step is to draw the line in the sand, make a decision as to what you are going to start doing differently from this day forward. Not tomorrow, not next week, or not next month. You're going to make a decision today that you're ready to make the necessary changes to guarantee that you will be able to create the life you really want, to take your personal and professional success to the level you've never been before. You have to be willing to commit to at a level you've never been committed before. Are you ready to make that commitment? Your entire life changes the day you make that decision. You will no longer accept mediocrity for yourself. When you realize that today is the moment, the most important day of your life, when you decide that now matters more than any other time, because it is who you are becoming each day based on the decisions that you are making and the actions that you are taking, that is determining who you are going to be for the rest of your life. The possibility of mediocrity exists for everyone because being mediocre simply means choosing, whether consistently or inconsistently, to be the same as you've always been. Mediocrity has nothing to do with how you compare to other people. It's simply a result of not making the commitment to continuously learn, grow, and improve yourself. Whereas being extraordinary, which leads to extraordinary levels of success, is a result of choosing to learn, grow, and be a little bit better each day than you've been in the past. We've all experienced the pain of regret, a result of thinking and talking ourselves into being and doing and having less than we are capable of. Mediocrity days, mediocre days run into weeks, weeks run into months, months inevitably turn into years. And if we don't start improving who we are and what we do now, then our self created fate will be a life of mediocrity and unfulfilled potential. The reality is that if we don't change now, our life won't change. If we don't get better, our life won't get better. And if we don't consistently invest time into our self improvement, our life will not improve. Yet most of us wake up every day and stay the same. I think you want more for your life. I know I do. If you're being completely honest with yourself, you truly want the life of extraordinary life. That doesn't necessarily mean being rich or famous. Everyone's dream is different. What it does mean is living your definition of an extraordinary life, a life where you get to call the shots and live life on your own terms with the freedom to do so, be and have everything you've ever wanted for your life. No excuses, no regrets. Just an incredible, meaningful, and exciting life. As started truthfully by best-selling author, as stated, sorry, so truthfully by best-selling author Robin Sharma, one of the saddest things in life is to get to the end and look back in regret, knowing that you could have been done and had so much more. While this is the self improved fate of the masses, it absolutely does not have to be yours. Today, you can draw the line in the sand. You can decide that mediocrity is no longer acceptable for you. You can claim your greatness. You can choose to become the person you need to be to create the extraordinary life that you truly want. Your life can be filled with an abundance of energy, love, health, happiness, success, financial prosperity, and everything else that you've ever imagined having, doing, and being. The miracle morning can give you that life. But first, an important question: why did you wake up this morning? That's chapter 4. And so, thank you. I know it was a bit long. It's so important to, I think, I think we all are so different. Some people are happy to just, watch TV every night. And some people are happy just striving to be better and to grow and to develop into the purpose that the Lord put them on this earth for. I've always had this feeling in my heart. And so I just want to be able to help more people and live my full life. And I hope that you do too. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment or a message, and I will respond to you and answer questions, or we can chat. All right. So see you all tomorrow. Thank you. And sorry this was so late. I had a full day. All right. Take care and God bless.